As an urban gardener interested in sustainable inputs, I've long wanted to collect neighborhood leaves for composting. I'm talking about those lawn bags that line the street each fall. At first I was timid at the notion. Would the homeowner be offended for some reason? What about trash, weeds, and other contaminants coming along for the ride? Those are valid concerns, but what about the benefits of this valuable resource? Making compost rich in fungal feedstocks such as these leaves supports a healthy bioactive soil, which is essential for setting the stage in a productive organic garden. So I finally did it, and I want to share some tips for collecting your neighborhood leaves, how you can easily make compost with dry leaves, and other uses for this garden gold. I'm Scott from New Garden Road, always out here to inform, inspire, and elevate you. Encouraging biodiversity and restoring habitat is my mission, one garden at a time. So I want to tell you the story of collecting 45 bags of these leaves from my neighborhood. I got really pumped up during the process. I felt like I was getting free money. You know, this organic material is a valuable asset in my garden, in my composting system, as a way to cycle nutrients and grow healthy organic food. I have a small SUV, but I was able to pack 10 of those lawn bags in for each trip. And in about 2 hours, I came up with 45 bags. Now, if you're going to make multiple trips like this, of course it makes sense to stay close to home. My local neighborhood doesn't always have a lot of lawn bags by the street, so I went a couple of blocks over, and man, did I find a lot. And along with that, it can help out a lot if you know the solid waste pickup date for your area. That way you can get your hands on those bags before the trucks get them. Also, if you wait till the point in the season when most of those leaves have fallen, and after a weekend, this is when most people will typically spend some time in their yard cleaning up, bagging up these leaves. You go on a Monday, you're gonna find those all at the curb just waiting for you. And it also seems like a good idea to target midday collection for this. That way there's less street traffic and more available parking. When I went out, there were quite a lot of bags available. Sometimes it was 2 or 3, but then I would find a group of 8 or 10. And that's what I targeted, because in one stop, I could fill up my SUV and make my way back home. This just made for a more efficient pickup. I realize this is a lot of common sense, but I think it's worth conveying to you because time is a precious resource, just like these leaves. As I went through this process, I also found it really easy to identify a bag that was just full of leaves. When you pick it up with one hand and it's really light, you know that it's just right. It's not going to have a bunch of sticks, twigs, or dirt, other things in there. It's just going to be that leaf litter, and that's what you want to bring home. Once you get these home, there are many ways that you can make use of them, but one of the easiest would be to construct a static pile for making leaf mold. Much like this corral behind me, I probably got, I don't know, 20 bags of leaves in there, and over time they'll break down. They will get compressed, they'll kind of shrink, and all the microbes and the fungal organisms that are deep inside that pile will be breaking down those leaves. Sometimes it can take 1 to 3 years, but what you will get in the end is a really fine, humus-rich material that you can add directly to your garden, to your potted plants, and it's full of plant-available nutrients. Likewise, you could take these leaves and put them directly on your garden as a form of mulch. If you shred them, they're going to break down more quickly, and they may be a bit more easy to get into places that you want them to, but shredded or not, leaves make a great mulch. Similar to making a pile for leaf mold, you can make a carbon bank. And I like to set this up right next to my hot composting pile in my backyard. That way every time I add some kitchen scraps or some yard trimmings that are full of green material, I can layer it in with some brown leaves. This is really a simple approach to making compost in the backyard garden. It's just like making lasagna with the browns and the greens. And over time, you'll end up with a lot of nutrient-dense material. If you enjoy this content, consider joining my Patreon and supporting the work that I'm doing to raise awareness of ecological gardening through stories like these. Thank you. Another option could be to make a Johnson's 2 bioreactor. Don't let this name intimidate you. I made one of these once with the Central Texas Mycological Society, and it was fairly straightforward. There are some principles that you need to adhere to, and you can find some modified instructions online for doing this in your backyard. Very simple and straightforward in my opinion, but something like a pallet. This is going to ensure airflow up through the pile, and then something to corral the materials with, like galvanized fencing, hardware cloth like I have behind me, and then from there a central air column. You can use a 5-gallon bucket and some more wire to make a column in that shape. Optimally, you don't want to have any more than 10 inches of material between air exposure points. Now, along with that, you need to make sure it stays moist throughout the course of time, which can be 10 to 12 months. So the only thing you have to do is water this pile. And then in the end, what you get is a high concentration of indigenous microorganisms that have been fostered in your location, your microclimate throughout time, and you can make a compost extract with those. This is going to be really satisfying because the quality of material in terms of its biological activity is going to far exceed anything that you could get from a local, big box retailer or even an independent garden center. You just got a lot of bang for your buck here. And I also spent a lot of time layering leaves and organic material into raised beds that I was constructing. This was very simple to do with yard trimmings, even some kitchen scraps. Using this to build mass, over time it's going to break down, it's going to really sink, but you can add in more soil elements, sand, silt, and clay. Build this over time with more of those organic amendments such as leaves, compost, and in the end what you'll end up with is a substrate that's really rich in biology and that is adapted to your backyard. I want to highlight some of the advantages to leaving leaves in place in your environment. These can provide a wonderful habitat to pollinators, insects, ecology in your space. They need this. They have a natural cycle that they will go into the winter and they will hide under these leaves. They will lay eggs, and these can be really beneficial to your garden, to your environment. And furthermore, they are really going to act as a way to cycle nutrients for your trees. And this can be really important if you're in an area like Central Texas where we value our shade, we value our soil everywhere. We need to protect and be there for our soil. And one of the ways that we can do that is to leave those leaves in place. Now, we can't do that everywhere. Sometimes you have a neighborhood, HOA, or municipalities that mandate you are to clean up your areas, you are to put these out on the curbside. And if that's the case, that's what you have to do. But there are some of us out here that can take advantage of that with a little legwork and a small SUV. We can capture this nutrient-dense material, we can bring it home, and we can foster valuable ecology in our homes, around our gardens and our trees, and that will aid in sustaining biological diversity in our environment and also our soil. Because otherwise they're going into these municipalities and their systems. A lot of times they're composting them, breaking them down, bagging them, and selling them back to us. If you do have a choice, just consider how much time and energy that you're spending bagging up these leaves, the money that's going towards the lawn refuse bags that you have to purchase just to put them at the curb. I say take advantage of this valuable resource. Leave the leaves or seize the leaves. Now check out more awesome gardening videos on my channel. Like this video and follow New Garden Road for weekly content. You can grow your own food. Keep it organic.